Gojo, I will win. I've seen a couple of translations for this, like I will win or I would win or nah, I win. So I think it's I will win is the most common one. So landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. So let's go. Center point about here. Eyes are lower down. We're extreme close up. Well, not extreme close up, but close up on his head. So center point here, come down a little bit, and we'll go over to the right. And we'll start with his top eyelid line. So it goes diagonal, standard sort of anime eyes, diagonal, and then across, like so. So at the end here, we've got those sort of eyelashes, right? So they kind of spike a good bit. And they're quite big. And then we go back down. And then it eventually comes to a spike sort of here. And these are colored purple normally inside. In the manga, of course, there's all these lines and stuff. And then his eyelid line coming down here is kind of square. So it comes back down that way. And there's a bit of a gap. And then we go over to the tear duct here. Okay. And then we have like an eyelid line coming down here with some like eyelashes sticking out the side. Little sort of things like that. And then his iris, so he's looking up. So you got a half circle down around there. And then his pupil somewhere in the middle here. Like so. So then we got an eyelid line just coming across the top here. And then his eyebrow kind of higher up. So let's say maybe put it here. Starting there. And then we'll go back this way. And then you want it to be kind of thicker here at the front and then skinnier as we go back. Of course, a lot of this will be underneath his hair. And we have a bit of it like a nose line. It's done with sort of hatching lines and stuff inside there. Like little hatching lines here and stuff. Manga style, if you'd like to do it that way, you can. And then the other eye. So you're about eye width over. So you measure his eye, fits in between both the eyes. So an eye will fit in here. And that's where the next eye will start, right? So this is about eye distance. It could be a bit more, but it's roughly here to here. We'll bring you over to the next eye. And then we go diagonal and then across. And you can add some of those eyelashes on top. And then it goes across and then down to make it sort of spiky down here. Then his eyelid on the bottom, kind of squarish. And comes over to tear duct in there. Eyelashes on the back and side, like so. And then the iris again, half, quite large, half circle underneath. And then the pupil in the middle, touching that top eyelash line to make it look like he's looking up out underneath his eyelids. Another eyelid line on the top here. And then the eyebrow just across from there again. They're kind of different both sides actually. And then those sort of hatching kind of nose lines then again. Interesting drawing style this guy has. It's different, it's rough. It's kind of like, yeah, very rough looking. Right, so then we'll go down and do his nose, just down here. Nostril. And he does 2 lines for the other nostril. Well, maybe I'll just do 1. So he has like another one going down that way, but I think I like it better, sort of anime style, like that. And then his mouth, so he's talking, he's saying that I will win thing, and you're sort of starting underneath the eyes, right? So it's a wide enough mouth, so you got like a dimple, sort of, you can put a dot if you want it, and like the other one roughly underneath the inside of that eye maybe. And then this seems to come down like so, and then he's got like a bump up in the middle and down again, and then across to the other side, like a little bump there. And then his mouth is open, so we'll just open it up a bit. And then there's a teeth line. And he's talking just in there. There's like shadows on the teeth and stuff. And a bit of his bottom lip. Quite thin. There. And then the chin. Like so. Right, so then roughly speaking, his pupil to his nostril, about the same as nostril to chin. So here to here, about the same as here to here. So this will be about halfway from here to here. So that and that are roughly the same. You give a bit of play with head tilts and everything. And then nostril to the bottom lip line, about the same as bottom lip line to the chin. Okay, so that bottom lip line's about halfway, or the bottom lip area, about halfway between the nostril and chin. Facial proportion. And then you can go for the jaw. Up that way, and then there. So we're like on the sort of edge of his eyelashes there, and across from the bottom of his nose. You'll change direction and go up towards his ears or his hairline. So you'll go that way. And then that way. And of course his hair starts sort of around here somewhere, so it's mostly covered. So in the manga the hair is like crazy lines, right? We'll simplify it a little bit. More sort of anime maybe. So it comes out from behind his ear here, right? So just above you got like kind of a hair spike there, and this becomes his ear. So his ear like comes around this way. And on this side, something similar, slightly different, but similar-ish. So we got like ear lines and stuff here. Right, and there's like an ear line in this as well. And he doesn't give a lot of detail to this stuff, but we'll do it sort of our way then. Like so. And then fringe, so it's kind of like it's wind blowing his hair sort of all across this direction, right? So we'll start adding, and you might cover some of his eye a little bit, depending on how you want to draw it, of course. Right, you just kind of keep going, adding these sort of long, thin strands, going in different, spiking normally, different directions. Right, you just kind of keep going. And like in the manga, it's like much messier kind of, so feel free to do it that way, of course, if you like that. There's lots of like texture in the manga, you know, like lots of lines, scratching, going all different directions. One underneath here. Going this way. And then one that comes over his ear. That way. And then a couple spiking down here. And then we've all the ones that like, so the wind is like blowing his hair mostly this direction, so the spikes curve out this way, right? So they start behind his ear. So we'll start with the small ones. You just keep going. And it'll eventually go the whole way around his head. He's got like a part in his hair, like over here, where there's like, well, in the manga it's like pretty crazy. So it's like it's here somewhere. It's like a spike or two, like here. I'll just add these, just might help me where I'm aiming for, like around here, just above his ear. So keep going. And I am kind of simplifying things here a little bit, just getting the basic shapes, which is what they do in anime anyway. They take the manga panel and they kind of just make it a little easier to animate. You know, they take the basic shapes and they just make it easier kind of for them to draw it, because they got to draw like loads of panels and stuff, moving and everything. So some of that might go off the top of my page there. So we're just keeping going all the way down to that sort of area. And then you can have like some texture lines and stuff like in here, you know, just some, if you want, of course, you don't have to. And then we go down behind the other ear. I could draw portraits all day. I love doing it. Just like a face and maybe some of the shoulders. I'm definitely a portrait guy. Right, and then his neck, just the sides of his neck here. And then this curves around like that. And then we'll add some neck muscles just coming down from kind of his jaw there. And then his Adam's apple, although it's not drawn in really explicitly, but that's kind of the way I like to do necks. And he's got like he's muscly enough, Gojo. He's got like a bumpy sort of trapezius there, and then it comes out to his shoulder that way. So it's like his traps are kind of high up. Yeah, they kind of bump up a little bit. Normally they may start like here, but he's obviously been working them. And then just kind of goes down off the page there. They don't draw in much else, but we will add sort of collarbones going towards his shoulders there at the tops of his muscles, and then like some more sort of neck stuff there. And that's it. Gojo, I will win. Epic moment in the manga. Hope it's helpful. Can't wait to see it like in the show. I wonder if it'll look like this. I wonder how close we'll be. That's my guess. How close we'll be with like the scene. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.